Hi, and welcome to Mr. B's Bees, with me, your host, Lee B. I just wanted to introduce myself and explain the reason for creating this channel. I started beekeeping in June of this year, and I purchased 2 Flow Hive Classics after seeing an advert on Facebook. I had no prior knowledge of beekeeping, and I wanted to document the learning process over my first year. Hopefully, this will give other people who are also interested in beekeeping inspiration to go out and take the plunge into what I have found to be an enjoyable and satisfying hobby. The hive I'm inspecting today is a swarm that I caught with the help of our local swarm collector. We caught the swarm at the beginning of June, and I moved them out of their nuke and into the flow hive at the back end of June. As you can see, they're doing really well. The goal of this inspection was to check that they were doing okay, and also to find the queen for marking, just to make future inspections easier and also easier to find her if I ever need to requeen. Anyway, enjoy the video and please don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to try just a little bit of smoke and then move to the water, because I'm going to try and find the queen today. And I don't really want the queen to hide because of the amount of smoke. So I'm just going to give a little smoke in the entrance. Not too much. I'm going to keep that there. Give him a minute or two. Just to settle down. And this tub is for scraping wax off the frames and just storing it, so a little bit later on in the year, when I've got enough, I can melt that down. So we're going to remove the roof. We've actually got the crown board has stuck to the roof, as we can see. Not too many bees on there, so that's okay, but we are going to try and prise this off just to have a look and see what they're doing on the inside. Yeah, not too much. Really what I'm looking for is to make sure that the queen isn't up there when I put it on the floor, because otherwise she can abscond. So I can't see a queen. I'm going to move that there. Put the roof there for the time being. And these seem to be lovely and gentle. So we've got the crown of thorns. If I see the queen, I'm going to trap her on the comb, and then we are going to use this pen to mark a thorax so we can spot her easily in the future. And I'm not seeing a queen as of yet. So they seem to be quite well behaved. What I want to try and do is keep as many in the hive rather than them flying off. So when you take the frames out and you shake the bees off, typically you'll get a lot in the air. So what we're going to do today is we're going to use a little bit of water spray instead. The water actually makes it a little bit more difficult for them to fly, so hopefully we can keep as many as we can actually in the hive today. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the dummy board. So there's not quite enough room for another frame in here, so we put the dummy board in rather than nothing there, because if we have nothing there, they'll actually try and join this end frame to the end of the hive and make it really difficult for us to do an inspection. So what we do need to do is to check and make sure that the queen isn't on the back of this dummy board. And no, there's nothing on there, so that is all good. So we're just going to pop that down. And I've just got this, we're going to see if it works. This is a frame rest. So we pop this on. There we go. And what this allows us to do is to take a frame out and put it on the frame rest, just to give us a little bit more space to work with. Okay, so we're looking at frame 1. But we do need some of these bees to move out of the way. So I actually, the last time I inspected these, there were 5 frames in the nucleus box that I put in this hive, and I added another 3 frames. So what we're looking for is just what kind of progress they've been making. If we've got eggs, if we've got brood, if we've got stores. I'm going to try this today as well. This is new. So this is a frame grip to help me to lift the frames out of the hive without having to touch the bees too much, which is really cool. So what we've got here is this is foundation that I put in, and at the moment they've not drawn this side, so what we can't see is cells that they're developing. You can see some that are starting up here, but they're not fully developed just yet. So we're going to turn it around. That's difficult with this. And what we're going to do is look for the queen. So we're going to look around the frame, then we're going to go up and down and see if we can spot the queen. So I am not seeing it. They are drawing out this frame lovely though. What you can see in here is pollen, these dark cells. So they're starting to store some pollen in there. What I am going to look for is to hold it up to the light and look for eggs. And I'm not seeing any eggs in this frame. So the chances are that the queen's not actually on this frame just yet. She's not got that far. She's working the other frames. So we're going to turn this around and hopefully, yeah, we are going to pop that frame on there for now. Okay, so we're going to look for queen across the top, and we can't see her. So we're just going to pry this apart. And this is the difficulty of not using smoke, is the bees are still quite happily working the tops of these frames. Normally when you put smoke in, they'll all disappear down on the inside. This is actually making it a little bit more tricky by not using smoke. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the brush, and I'm just going to brush these bees off the top of the frame, and then we're just going to give them a squirt. And this seems to be working quite well. Okay, so again, what we're looking for, hopefully, is a queen. And the queen really should stand out quite well if she's there. I'm not seeing it as of yet, which is fine. So what we've got here, and I may need to do a shake of these frames potentially, but what you're seeing is brood. So let's give them a little rub off. So what we see here is honey across the top. We have got brood in all stages here. So this is capped brood. These are actually at the pupa stage. We've got larvae in these cells, and we've got pollen in the top, which is good. Again, not seeing the queen. What I'm going to do is turn this frame around and have a look at the other side. And this is busy side again. We've got brood in all stages here. Got pollen, honey across the top. Got larvae in there as well. Again, I'm looking to see if I can spot the queen. No, not obvious. I can see a big drone, so this is a drone. You see by the size. But no queen. So what we're going to do is turn this frame back around again. Ooh, stuck on my hive tool, and just gently pop it back in the hive without trying to roll or hurt too many bees. So again, this is the problem of not using smoke. You see, if we use a little bit of smoke, as you can see, the bees are all going to disappear down the frames, which is where we want them, but it does antagonise them a little bit, as you can hear in the volume. So I was hoping not to do that. What I'm going to do is just take away a little bit of this, what they call burr comb. This is where they're trying to join off the top of the frame to the top of the roof, because they don't like gaps. I've got a bee on the hand there. Not stinging though. So what we'll do this time is I may use my hands rather than using the lift. That lift is okay, but it does feel a little bit awkward, to be fair. So we've got stores at the top again. We have got lovely pollen. Currently looking for the queen. Not seeing her. So we do have quite a few bees on the edges of the frames there. I think I'm just going to use a hive tool just to turn around. Oh, sorry, the new frame grip, which does seem to be quite good for doing that. Okay, so again, looking for the queen. What we've got here, I don't really want to brush the bees off just yet, because I'm looking for the queen actually. No, not seeing the queen. May spot her when I go back later. So what we've got here is drone cells. These are drone cells, slightly bigger than the rest. And that's why I wasn't too sure about this frame lifter. Not always the best idea to have gadgets. So what we're going to have to do here, unfortunately, is quieten the bees down again and crack on through using hands, I think. You have to get off, bee, because it's going in the tub. Okay, so we've got good stores, we've got brood in all stages. Not seeing the queen on this frame. So again, good stores. Brood in all stages, eggs. Not seeing the queen. But there are a lot of bees. Which is good. Just push these frames along. No stings as of yet, touch wood. But I am getting quite a few bees crawling on my hands, so what I'm going to do is just have a little puff of smoke, and we're just going to give them a bit more to calm down. We're just looking down through the hive as well, just to make sure everything's good there. All seeming good actually, lots of brood, lots of eggs. So we've got stores, we've got pollen, we've got brood in all stages there, larvae, cap cells. Really, really nice frame this actually. No queen that I can see. I'm not too bothered. Oh, we've got plenty of bees on this side. Stores. Eggs. Can't see the queen. Looking very healthy though. I think I may put the flow frames on here in a minute when I've done. Lovely again, stores. Not seeing the. Oh wow, there she is. There she is. So we've found the queen. And I'm going to try, if I can. Oh, where has she gone?
She was there. Beggar. She's gone. Don't want to damage her. We'll catch her next time. We didn't see her though. So I'm not going to inspect any further because I have seen the queen, although I didn't catch her in time. She disappeared before I could get my crown of thorns. May give her a second actually, and I'll go and have a look again in a minute, rather than checking the rest of the frames, because I do really want to catch her. What I may have to do is use the queen catcher instead of the crown of thorns, because she moved that quickly. Okay, let's see if she's settled back in there somewhere then. So what I'm going to do is just lift the frame out and then just rest it. Let's see if we can catch her really quickly. She's probably gone down the side somewhere to hide. Really wanted to catch it today as well. She's in there. No. She's one fast queen. Beggar. Never mind. We'll go next time. At least we know she's there. That's good. Okay. So let's put these girls back. Actually, I'm not drawing on this. Oh, they are. Okay, they just started. I'm going to move all the frames back to their original position, gently and slowly. Give them a bit of a smell just to get them out of the way. There we go. exactly what we don't want to do, is crush bees. Come on bees, out the way. Come on, out the way. Can't crush there, unfortunately, I didn't want to do that. They were lovely, so well behaved. Doing really well. Really well. Goddamn queen. Get you next time.